Okay, Boxman here, Parabox1 on Reddit. What is this? I don't know, part 2 or 3 or something. Franklin binary trigger assembly. So, part 1, new part 1. I showed you how to put the spring in, get the slave pin back installed. So, assuming nothing else fell apart in assembly, you should be here by now. And we've already function checked the IDS. So, next is to put the trigger spring on. See how that looks right there? So it's held on by the slave pin right now. As I like to remind people, the little bar should always be touch the trigger like you're gonna pull it. Okay, pretty easy there. Next, we're gonna take, these are ambidextrous. We're gonna put one on each side. I'm gonna make sure the little slot is facing up. Not really the end of the world, but so we can rotate them once they're inside. Now this is gonna be kind of the boring part because you're gonna, I should probably clean my office a little bit more. That won't happen. I don't care what my wife says. I know where everything is in here. Okay, so we're gonna take our lower and we're gonna drop trigger in, and I'm gonna go springs forward on that carefully. It's a snug little fit, which is good. There we go. And if you can see in here, so springs are forward, right? So makes sense. So you kind of hold it in place with your thumb. So now the next step is to line everything up. Doesn't really matter how you line them up, whatever your preference is. I like to, even though I'm a lefty, I like to do this part with my left hand holding everything in place. And I like to put in with, pound in with my right hand. Okay, so now we've got the hammer pin and the spring pin, or the spring pin, the trigger pin. They're actually, looks like they're exactly identical, which I kind of figured out anyways before. So we're going to go in. I'm kind of drifting all over the place here. Where'd my little hammer go? Okay, maybe I do need to clean my office. Okay, don't have a hammer. Fun stuff. 50 BMG round. Seriously. Oh. Okay, maybe I do need to clean my office. It was right in front of me. Okay, so we're going to line the hole up. We're going to put that in. Simpsons fans out there, Tappa, Tappa, Tappa. The Lisa Tap Dance episode. And you can see I am kind of good at holding my finger there because we already popped the slave pin out. And we're going to function check that the trigger works. Now, if you look in here, if you can see this, so this is, okay, I said in one of the videos, was it the first video I did on this? I always install my safety first. Also, I'm a lefty, so I put the little one on this side. Nice trick for left-handed people out there. So you can actually put the little one on the left side and the big one on the right side, so it's easier. But if you see how this works in here, let's see if we can get in here. Is that helping or hurting? I don't know. Okay, there we go. So you can see that in binary it goes up farther than in semi. Okay, so that's pretty easy. Next, where'd I put my hammer? Hammer. I'm gonna do the same thing with the hammer. Now those little flat spots that I showed you in before, just take a finish nail, flat screwdriver, anything. Make sure they're mostly in the upward direction. We can go in with the hammer. We're going to go springs, tail out, so tail towards the butt. They'll fall into place on those flat spots there. And again, I like to use my left finger. Start pushing it in. And ooh, I'm off. Tappa, tappa, tappa. Make sure we're looking good on this side, which we are. Boom, done. Okay, so that was actually pretty quick for doing the binary trigger. Now let's function check it. So first, we're gonna make sure in safe the trigger is locked. Can't do anything with it. Doesn't pull. When the hammer is up, the trigger in safe mode shouldn't move. It should be depressed hard. No wiggle, no jiggle, nothing. It's like it feels almost like it's broken. Like really, there's no play at all. There's that much force on it, which is nice. When the hammer is down, you have just that normal little play, like normal. Just a little bit of wiggle. Okay, so next we're going to use my thumb. Let's actually use my thumb, not my pointer finger, either one. Okay, it fired. That's good. Then we're going to draw it back. Heard a click. That's good. Okay. That's as I release my finger, we're hearing a click. We're hearing the disconnector engage. So again, a little bit of play there. Hammer goes back. Hold the trigger down. Reset. Let go. Hammer goes into position, does not fall. Next, we're going to go into binary mode. Okay, so we're going to release the hammer. I'm going to keep the trigger down. I'm going to release it again, or lock it in. And now we're going to actually release the hammer. So, again, hammer back, pull trigger. Gun fires, boom. Locks in place. I let go of the trigger. That was unique. There we go. So maybe I let go with my finger just for a second. So it's function checking just fine right now. Everything's in place. Really don't like letting go here because it can break stuff, but everything's function checks just fine. So now we can go ahead, put the hammer down, put it into safe, and we can go and put our upper on here and go have fun at the range. I hope this video helped a lot. Ended up being a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but you got to watch me look for a hammer. Have a great night. Pairbox 1.